Good evening, everybody. Welcome inside KATO Gymnasium. Lee Patterson with you. Thanks for joining us for the ACC or the NJCAA Region 1 Women's Championship between the number 1 overall seed, Eastern Arizona College, and the number 2 seed, Cochise College. The starting lineup for Misty Opats, Cochise College Apaches in the road red uniforms with black trim. A freshman point guard from Minneapolis, Minnesota, number 4, Elena Contreras. A freshman forward from Madeira, Portugal, number 5, Shayna Cochise. A freshman forward from Cameroon, Maeva de la Fortuna Nagawo. A sophomore guard, number 15, Deja Jones. And a freshman center, number 22, Angela Bigovic from Montenegro. And now the starting lineup for the number 1 overall seed, Eastern Arizona College Gila Monsters in their home white uniforms. A sophomore from Eugene, Oregon, number 1, Tiara Bolden. A sophomore from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 2, Addison Malone. A sophomore from Anchorage, Alaska, number 5, Sky Miller. A sophomore from Goodyear, Arizona, number 23, Cassidy Dixon. And a sophomore forward from Carlsbad, New Mexico, number 25, Shalance Montoya. On the direction of the ACCAC Coach of the Year, Angelica DePaulo. That is the starting lineups tonight for this Region 1 championship game. The winner of this one heads to Lubbock, Texas for the women's national tournament. These two teams split during the regular season, each winning on their home floor. Cochise won in Douglas, Eastern won here at KATO Gymnasium. The Coach of the Year in the Region 1 this year, Angelica DePaulo, as I mentioned, here at Eastern Arizona. Defensive Player of the Year was Cassidy Dixon here from Eastern Arizona College. The Player of the Year and the Freshman of the Year in the conference is Cochise College's Maeva de la Fortuna Nagawo. It will be Shalance Montoya to jump center with Bigovic. And we'll get this Region 1 championship game underway. Packed house here at KATO Gymnasium. Thanks for joining us tonight on the Eastern Arizona College Athletics YouTube page. There will be obvious nerves between these two to get this thing underway. And we're ready to go. The toss, the tap, one into the hands of Tiara Bolden. To the floor, or to the glass, can't hit the shot, rebounded by Montoya. Out on top to Miller, around on top now to Addie Malone. Malone with it, and Eastern will reset. Malone on top to Bolden. Bolden with the basketball, back to Malone against the zone defense of Cochise. Now left side to Bolden. The sophomore holds. Gets it in the corner to Miller. Miller down low to Montoya. Spins on the Player of the Year. Puts it up and in. Shalance Montoya gives Eastern a 2-0 lead. Into the front court. Shayna Cochise fouled on the way to the basket by Montoya, and she'll go to the line to shoot a pair. That'll be the first on Montoya, the first against the team. And Cochise to the line to shoot 2. The freshman from Madeira, Portugal. Averages 10.3 points a game this season. She'll go to the line for the first free throws of the quarter. 2-0 Monsters on top. First one by Cochise is good, and the Apaches are on the board. She'll go to the line for her second. For Cochise. Fires, that one is good, ties the ball game at 2. Full court pressure by Cochise College into the corner. Now Dixon has it for Eastern. She pushes it into the front court left side. Now on top, now to Malone. Malone holds, calls a set play. Left side to Miller, the club's leading scorer at 14.1 points a game. Right side again to Bolden. Bolden finds Montoya on the right elbow. Pump fakes, hands it off to Dixon. Dixon goes left with 9 to shoot. Out on top to Malone. NBA distance up and out, no good. Rebounded in the lane and pulled away by Cochise. Here comes Cochise on the run into the front court. They'll slow it down and reset on top to Elena Contreras. Contreras holds. Out on top Now swings it around right side to Jones. Jones on top to Cochise. In the lane to De La Fortuna Nagawa. To the glass and good over Montoya, and Cochise College leads 4-2. An Eastern loss down at Cochise. It was Nagawa who was the difference. Into the front court, Miller with the ball left side. Down low to Dixon. Dixon against Bigovich. In the lane to Bolden. Right side from the elbow. Off the glass and good. And Bolden ties the game at 4 with 8:11 to play in the first quarter. Contreras into the front court with the left hand to dribble against Malone out on top. Left side now to Jones. Jones back down to Cochise. Cochise goes left on Bolden. Spins. Fade away. Lefty. Off the glass. Won't go. Rebounded by Nagawa, and she's out of bounds. And it will be Eastern basketball. 7:53 to play first quarter, 4-all here in this one. Eastern last hosted the Region 1 championship in the 2021 season under Cameron Turner, who is now the men's coach here at Eastern Arizona College. That year they did end up in the national tournament. Bolden with the ball across to Dixon. Dixon drives right, now left, drives the lane. Down low to a wide open Montoya, and she puts it up and in. 6-4 Monsters. Into the front court, Contreras with the basketball. Holds it on her left hip against Malone. Now with the right-handed dribble, comes left, out to Bigovich. She'll go right against Dixon, defensive player of the year. Left side to Cochise. She'll come right on Bolden, gets into the lane, throws it away. It'll be a turnover back to the Monsters. With 7:12 to play here in the opening quarter of the Region 1 championship game. People still filing in here at KATO Gymnasium. Malone into the front court. On top to Miller. Miller around right side to Malone. Malone to Dixon. Dixon lobs it down low to Montoya, and she puts it up and in. 8-4, Eastern on top as Montoya hits back-to-back buckets in the paint. Contreras into the front court for the Apaches. Out on top again. Lobs it to Nagawa. Down right side, off the glass and good to Deja Jones on the backdoor cut. Nice pass from the top of the key, and it's an 8-6 Monster lead with 6.5 to play in the first quarter. Into the front court, right side. Tiara Bolden with it. Bolden swings it around left side. Now to Malone. Malone hands it off to Miller. Down low in the paint to Montoya. Spins, step through, and one for Shalance Montoya. What a move across the paint for Montoya. The foul will go on 12. Maeva De La Fortuna Nagawa. That is her first and the first team foul. Into the Cochise lineup, number 13, Jasenia Lawson, sophomore guard. And number 14, Dayana Bogan, a sophomore forward. At the line, Shalance Montoya trying to make it a three-point play for the Monsters. She leaves it short, rebounded in the lane, and will have a jump ball. Alternating possession will be Cochise basketball. 6:15 to play, first quarter, 10-6, Monsters on top. Contreras with the basketball on the left-handed dribble. Eastern. Left side, now looks like they've gone to a 2-3 zone. Nagawa with the ball in the lane, the lefty from 15 and good. 10-8, Eastern on top. Cochise into the full court pressure. Into the front court, right side to Miller. Fires a three. Back iron, no. Dixon with the rebound. Lefty goes up and in for Cassidy Dixon. A 12-8 Monster lead. Jones into the front court left side. On top now to Lawson. Lawson holds between the circles at the EA logo. Now comes left on the dribble against Bolden. Gets a screen, now picked up by Miller. Miller cuts her off. She reverses left off the glass, no good. Montoya with the rebound. Off to Dixon on the run for the Monsters. Left side, and she'll slow it up in the front court and leaves it for Addie Malone. Malone says, let's run offense. Left side hands it off to Dixon. Dixon goes right into the lane. Backdoor to Sky Miller, and she is hammered across the face by Nagawa. That'll be her second and the second team foul. And that'll put Sky Miller at the line to shoot two for the Monsters. Into the Eastern Arizona College lineup, number 44, Gracie Sorensen, the freshman from Syracuse High School in Utah. Into the Apache lineup, number 10, Tatiana Tatar, the sophomore from Toms River, New Jersey. The first free throw around and in for Sky Miller. Her first points of the game, averages 14 for the sophomore from Alaska. 13-8, Monsters lead, 5:10 to play first quarter here in the Region 1 championship game. Miller readies for her second, fires, and good. 14-8 Eastern with the lead, 5:09 to play in the first quarter. Lawson with the basketball. Right-handed dribble, right side to Jones. Jones in the lane to Contreras. Contreras steps through, left-handed, can't hit. Lawson with the rebound. Her follow is up and in. Offensive rebound and a putback for Cochise to make it a 4-point Eastern lead. Miller with the ball, down low to Sorensen. Sorensen, lefty, off the glass, too hard. Rebound and a foul called down low against Sorensen as Deanna Bogan pulled down the rebound. That'll be the first on Sorensen and the second team foul. Into the Eastern Arizona College lineup, number 10, Vittoria Santana, the freshman from Santo Andre, Brazil, replacing Tiara Bolden. Cochise basketball, 4:41 to play first quarter, Monsters by 4. Into the front court, left side drive to the glass and score for Deja Jones. She got past Miller all the way to the basket, a 2-point Eastern lead, 14-12. Into the front court, right side. Now on top to Santana. Santana down low to Sorensen. Sorensen again in the lane against Bogan. This time she puts it up and in. Sorensen had her breakout game of the season against Cochise here at home the first time. Recorded the first collegiate double-double in that one. Into the front court, Contreras with the ball left side on top to Lawson. 16-12, Monsters on top. Lawson crosses over against Dixon. Into the corner right side. Now to Jones, who drives and loses the handle. Picked up by Sky Miller, who throws it off the back of Vittoria Santana, had already headed up the floor. It'll be a turnover back to Cochise with 3:46 to play in the opening quarter, and the Monsters with a 4-point lead. Contreras will inbound, front court right. Lobs it backdoor to Lawson. Lawson can't hit the shot. Rebound is out of bounds off of Cochise College. It'll be Eastern basketball. 3:43 to play in the opening quarter. Back and forth contest already. You wouldn't expect anything less than the region championship game with a spot in the national tournament on the line. Into the front court. Malone with it left side to Santana. Santana to Miller, left corner, down low to Sorensen in the paint. Turnaround jumper is good for Gracie Sorensen. Between her and Montoya, they've got at least 12 of the 18 points. Monsters by 6. Into the front court, Contreras with it against Malone. Left corner, jumper on the way. In and out, no good by Bogan. Pulled down by Santana, and a jump ball going to be called. It'll be Monster basketball on the alternating possession. Into the Eastern Arizona College lineup will be number 4, Alana Payway. Payway, a freshman from Hamilton, New Zealand, replacing Addie Malone. Eastern basketball, length of the floor, left to right. Now with Alana Payway running the point. She's got extended minutes in the second half of this season at the point guard spot. She'll pick up her dribble, leave it to Miller left side. Back on top to Payway. Now near side to Santana. Santana looking down low. Needs some help. Finally finds Gracie Sorensen. And they're going to call Sorensen with an offensive foul as Pashish went to the ground. And Sorensen says, I didn't even touch her. I've got to know Sorensen over the season, and I believe her. And Sorensen will have to take a seat with 2 fouls. 18-12, Eastern leads with 2:46 to play in the first quarter. Shalance Montoya checks back into the Monster lineup. Monsters go zone this trip down. Contreras with the ball right side, goes to the near side. Payway stays on her, off to Lawson. Lawson in the lane to Jones. Jones off the glass, no good, and rebounded by Montoya. Quickly into the front court. To the glass, up, no good, and a foul going to be called on Tartar on the near side. That'll be her first. Third team foul, and that'll put Cassidy Dixon at the line to shoot 2 for the Monsters. Dixon averages 9.9 and 8 points and 8.1 rebounds a game, just shy of a double-double for the Monsters. Now Dixon, the sophomore from Goodyear, Arizona, sinks her first. Makes it a 19-12 Eastern lead. Second free throw is up and good by Dixon, making it an 8-point Monster lead, 20-12. Lawson into the front court, right to left. Picked up by the 2-3 zone by the Monsters. Actually, it looks like more like a 2-1-2 to Tatar in the corner. She'll drive down low to Cochise. Wraps it around near side to Contreras. She'll fire a 3. Back iron, no. Rebounded high by Sky Miller for the Monsters. Off to Santana. Santana pushes it up the near side against Jones. Right side to Dixon. She can't quite catch it because Lawson knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Monster basketball with 22 on the shot clock. Front court right. Dixon to inbound. Down low to Montoya. Montoya to the glass. Right side and score it for Chalance Montoya. 22-12, Monsters with a 10-point lead, their largest. Into the front court, Contreras. She pulls up from 8 right side and sinks it. A tough shot, but she gets it to go for Cochise. 22-14 Monsters, 97 seconds to play in the first quarter. On top, Dixon with the basketball. Left side to Payway. Payway goes left, has some room to the glass, and she's hammered. On the way up by Contreras. Great move by Payway. That'll be the first on Contreras and her 4th team foul. That'll put Elena Payway at the line to shoot 2. Into the lineup for Cochise College, number 1, Allie Hardwell, freshman from Federal Way, Washington, replacing Contreras. Payway to the line to shoot 2 for the Monsters. First one is good. 23-14, Eastern by 9 with 90 seconds to play in the opening quarter of the Region 1 championship game. Second one is up and good for Payway as well. Monsters back on top by 10, but now under 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. Lawson into the front court, left side on the right-handed dribble. On top to Hardwell, back to Lawson. Lawson drives, kicks it in the corner. Cochise for a 3. Short, rebounded by Miller for the Monsters. She'll bring it into the front court herself, left to right against Tatar. Top of the key, leaves it to Santana, near side, ball's loose, and we're gonna have a jump ball. We do. Alternating possession will go back to Cochise College. 1:04 to play, opening quarter here at Eastern Arizona College. Thanks for joining us tonight on the Eastern Arizona College Athletics YouTube channel. Into the Cochise lineup, number 3, Clara Gonzalez, freshman from Barcelona, Spain. 22, Angela Bigovic, a freshman from Montenegro. And into the Eastern lineup, number 14, Elva Chavez, a freshman from Mexico. And the officials, there was 6 players on Cochise College on the floor. They're going to let them clear to 5 and inbounds the basketball. Into Hardwell, into the front court, top of the key against Payway. Payway on her hip as she goes left, now back right, picked up by Santana. Out on top now to Gonzalez. Gonzalez drives, gets to the paint and scores. Split the double team, and nobody was home on the back end. 24-16 Eastern on top, 43 seconds to play in the first quarter. Payway near side to Dixon. Dixon on top to Miller. Miller wants a screen. She gets it, she goes right, leaves it for Chavez to the glass, can't hit, and she hits the deck with no whistle. Picked up by Cochise. Into the front court, Lawson with it, left side to Hardwell. Hardwell back on top to Gonzalez, she'll go left, again gets to the paint, and she's fouled by Chavez on the way up. That'll be the first on Chavez, and the 4th team foul. Into the Eastern lineup, Tiara Bolden replacing Victoria Santana. 21.2 to play in the first quarter, 24-16. Eastern on top. Clara Gonzalez at the line to shoot 2 for Cochise College. Her first one is good. She'll get one more, fires it and sinks it as well for Cochise. 24-18, Eastern leads, 20 seconds to play in the first quarter. Payway with it, left side to Miller. Miller comes right on the dribble, gets a screen from Chavez, goes right with it, leaves it back to Chavez in the lane, loses the handle again. Gonzalez chases it down for Cochise, and then a reach-in foul called on Tiara Bolden. And that'll put Eastern at the max. So that'll put Cochise at the line to shoot 2 shots with 3.5 seconds to play in the first quarter. Coach DePaulo in the official's ear here saying she slid on her knees for 1.5 feet. How was that not a travel? Clara Gonzalez back to the line for the Apaches. She was 2 for 2 on her last trip just a couple of seconds ago. Her first one is good. She'll get one more for Cochise. Fires, that's on the back iron. Rebound is loose, Payway pulls it down, and that's how the first quarter will come to an end. With the score, Eastern Arizona 24, Cochise College 19. We'll be back to Eastern Arizona College's presentation of the Region 1 championship game after this timeout.
Hello, my name is Angelica DePaulo. I'm the head coach for women's basketball. This is my 3rd year here. I was 2 years assistant coach, and now this is going to be my 1st year as the head coach. You guys can expect to see a hard work group that will battle together for 40 minutes. If I were to describe my team in one word, that would be tough. I think we're tough. We've been working so hard every single day, 6 a.m., conditioning, weights, and we are tough together. I always tell my players to be grateful to be here, giving back, and never take anything for granted because tomorrow is not promised. I hope to see you all at the game. Go Monsters!
Welcome back inside KATO Gymnasium here on the campus of Eastern Arizona College. A packed house for the Region 1 championship game. Winner of this one heads to Lubbock, Texas for the women's national tournament. Cochise College defeated Arizona Western at home on March 7th to get into this game. Eastern has had a bye, so Cochise has already played a playoff game before coming into this one tonight. This is the first postseason game for the Monsters. It'll be Eastern basketball, left to right to start the second quarter. Payway with the basketball, cross court to Dixon. Dixon goes right, now backs it up, leaves it to Chavez. Chavez spins in the lane against Bigovich, off the glass, no good. Miller skies for the rebound. Back out on top to Payway. Payway goes left on the dribble, 8 to shoot. Eastern has to see it. Down low to Chavez, stolen away. Back to Miller. Miller to the glass, and she lays it up and in. Sky Miller with the concentration and bucket, 26-19. Eastern on top. Gonzalez with the ball right side. Spins in the lane against Miller. Cut off there. Out on top to Hardwell. Hardwell wants a screen from Bogan. She gets it, spins it back to Bogan, goes the baseline, kicks it in the corner. Gonzalez for 3, back iron no. Rebounded by Miller for the Monsters. She'll leave it for Payway. Payway will bring it into the front court, left to right. Leaves it for Miller. Miller hands it off to Bolden around a screen, gets to the glass, lays it up, and good for Tiara Bolden. 28-19 Monsters getting into the paint here in the first half of this championship game. Lawson with the ball on top. She'll drive with her head down. Now try to step back into the lane. Over Bolden, can't hit. And rebounded in the lane, but a foul going to be called. I think Payway's getting it whistled for that one. Over aggressive on the rebounded tip. It will be on her. Payway's first team foul. Into the Eastern lineup will be number 2, Addison Malone. And back into the Apache lineup, number 15, Deja Jones. Cochise basketball baseline left. Clara Gonzalez will inbound. Lobs it in on top to Vigovich. She'll go left side. Off to Jones. Jones cut off there in the lane. Gonna drive again. Loses the handle. Stripped out of bounds by Addie Malone. It will stay with Cochise College with 12 on the shot clock. Gonzalez will inbound for Cochise. Gets it into Bigovich, left side. Now out on top to Jones. Jones around to Gonzalez. Right side to Hardwell. 7 to shoot. Out on top now into the lane. Kicks it to Bigovich. She's going to fire a 3. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Hardwell, though, for Cochise. And then it's knocked out of bounds by Elva Chavez. It'll be Apache basketball with 19 on the shot clock. 8:11 to play in the first half of this one. At halftime, we'll be joined by Eastern Arizona College President Todd Haney here on the broadcast. That'll be coming up in 8 minutes and 11 seconds. Into the front court. Gonzalez with it. Gets into the lane again. Finds Bogan, and she lays it up and in. Gonzalez has been a difference maker for Cochise here in the first half. When she came off the bench, they started to make their run. 28-21. Eastern on top. Into the lane. Out to Payway. Payway holds with 20 to shoot. Down low to Chavez. Off to Dixon. Dixon goes left. Step back. Left side. Off the glass, no good, and out of bounds off of Alana Payway, who tried to say she bounced it off the back of Deja Jones, but I'm not so sure she got it there. She tried, but I don't know that she actually bounced it off of her back. It'll be Cochise basketball. Hardwell with it against Payway right side. Backs it up on the angle, now left on the dribble. In the lane to Bigovich, left side, gets it to Gonzalez, wraps it around on top, into the hands of Payway, Monster basketball. Into the hands of Addie Malone. Malone into the front court, right side, on top to Payway. Payway gets a screen, goes left to Dixon, and throws it away as he tried to give it on the give and go. Picked up by Cochise. 7 minutes to play first half, 28-21. Eastern on top, Deja Jones in the paint, kicks it out to Hardwell. Hardwell crosses over on Payway. Can't shake her, though. Out right side to Jones. Long 3 on the way and good for Deja Jones. Their first 3 of the ball game makes it a 28-24 Eastern lead. 6:47 to play in the first half. Addie Malone into the front court. Works against Gonzalez. Out on top to Payway. Payway left side to Malone. Malone crosses over, gets into the paint, steps through, and stolen away by Gonzalez. Off to Bogan in the backcourt. She'll leave it for Jones. Jones into the front court against Bolden. Left side to Bigovich. Back out on top to Jones, 19 to shoot for the Apaches. Right side to Gonzalez. Gonzalez works against Malone, comes left, spins in the lane, running lefty this time and good. She's got 7 points. And that makes it a 2-point Eastern lead, 28-26 with 6 minutes to play in the first half. Malone with the basketball, right side to Chavez. Chavez on top to Dixon. Dixon, right side, stolen away by Gonzalez. The freshman from Barcelona, Spain, having a big first half for Cochise. Victoria Santana, Shalance Montoya, and Sky Miller back into the Eastern lineup. Jacinia Lawson back into the Cochise lineup as well. It'll be Eastern basketball, front court right. Cassidy Dixon will inbound with a 2-point lead. And on top to Santana. Santana left side to Bolden. Bolden on top to Miller. Miller around to Santana. She fakes the 3, drives left, steps back for a long jumper. 2-point jumper, no good. Gets her own rebound, and then she's fouled on the way to the basket by Allie Hardwell. Jimmy on the floor, no shots. The foul on Hardwell will be her first team foul. Now into the Cochise lineup will be number 5, Shayna Pashish.
First team foul. Subbing for the Apaches, number 5, Shayna Pashish.
I'm going to put 20 on the shot clock. It'll be Monster basketball baseline left. Sky Miller to inbound. Gets it in to Bolden. Goes through her hands, though. She chases it down. Gets it on top to Montoya. Montoya to Dixon. Dixon, scoop shot, no good. Bigovich with the rebound for Cochise. Into the hands of Jones. Jones sprints it into the front court for the Apaches. Right side to Lawson. Lawson back out on top to Jones. 5:17 to play in the first half. 2-point Eastern Arizona College lead. Lawson with the ball, right side to Jones. Jones to Bigovich, backs down the defender, kicks it out to Lawson, 6 to shoot, goes left, pulls up from the elbow, won't go, and out of bounds off of Tiara Bolden, and it will stay with Cochise College. The Apaches will inbound baseline right. On top to Lawson. Lawson around between the circles to Bigovich left side. Looking for Lawson. Can't get around Miller, though. Finally gets it to her with 10 to shoot. Comes left on the dribble. Miller shadows there. Goes right. Now against Dixon. Right side to Cochise. Cochise spins in the lane from the elbow. Right side. No good. Montoya with the rebound for Eastern. Off to Montoya. To Santana into the front court. Now to Montoya. Montoya hands it off to Dixon. Dixon goes right on the dribble, gets into the lane, and a blocking foul called, and Dixon will go to the line to shoot two. Dixon slow to get up as she took a big hit on the way by. The foul will go on number 5, Cochise, her first. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the first half. Monsters lead 28-26. And Cassidy Dixon to the line to shoot two. 2 for 2 at the line for her. 4 points in the first half. Make it 3 for 3 as he sinks the front end. Dixon, one of the few basketball players now that doesn't take any time when she shoots a free throw. Everybody has a routine. Her routine is catch the ball, shoot the ball. Deep breath, gets to the line, fires, and good. 4 for 4 at the line for her, 6 points, and the Monsters lead by 4, 30-26, 4:16 to play. Cochise into the front court to Lawson. Lawson around right side to Jones. Jones holds on her hip, now comes left on the dribble. Back to Lawson. Lawson, and a whistle and a foul called against Eastern on the way through. I think it's going to go on Santana. It is. That'll be her first. She pushed her way through a screen in the paint. It'll be Apache basketball, baseline left with 4:06 to play in the first half. Lob in on top to Cochise. She goes left side back down to Jones against Miller. Spins, cut off there to Bogan. 15-foot jumper won't go. Santana pulls down the rebound. She sprints it into the front court, near side to Dixon. Dixon picks up her dribble, right side to Santana. Santana goes left. On top, down low to Montoya. Montoya against Bogan to the glass. No good, but a foul going to be called on the way up. The foul on Bogan will be her first. That'll put Shalance Montoya at the line to shoot two for the Monsters. Montoya tonight with 10 points for the Monsters. Her first free throw rolls in as well, make it 11. She's the leading scorer tonight. She'll get one more. Second one in and out, no good. Rebounded by Bolden and then knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Eastern with 3:41 to play. All these sophomores on the roster playing their final home game in front of this great KATO Gymnasium crowd. As after this, you head to the national tournament if you get the region championship. Into the Cochise lineup, number 10, Tatiana Tartar, sophomore from New Jersey. It'll be Miller to inbound baseline left. Into Bolden out left side, comes right on Tatar, lobs it down low, stolen away by Lawson. Into the hands of Tatar, left side, thinks about a three, now leaves it on top to Bogan, who will swing it around to Lawson. Goes left around a Bogan screen, gets into the lane, around Montoya, flips it off the glass, and good for Lawson. And a timeout called by Eastern. 3:21 to play in the first half. The score, Eastern Arizona 31, Cochise College 28. We'll be back after this full timeout.
Hi, my name is Cameron Turner. This is my first season as the men's head basketball coach, but previously I've been coaching the women's program for the last 5 years. Describe my team in one word: it's tenacity. My team is hungry, it's humble, and it's thankful for the opportunity to be here at EAC. They have great energy every day, they're positive, and they're willing to fight for EAC. A small expression I have, my team is to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. That's a famous quote from a famous American distance runner, Steve Prefontaine. I can think about it, you got to do your best day in and day out. I want to see all of you there. Come out and see us play. Go Monsters!
Welcome back inside here to Eastern Arizona College KATO Gymnasium. A warm day here in the Gila Valley, hit 80 degrees here. And to those of you watching in parts of the world where that is not the case, that's why you come to Thatcher, Arizona. 3:21 to play in the first half, 31-28. Eastern Arizona College on top in a back and forth matchup. 1 versus 2 in the Region 1 championship. Santana into the front court, right side to Miller. Miller drives, trying to get going, lays it up, leaves it short. Rebounded down low by Jones and nearly throws it away, but chased down by Lawson. Miller was pleading with the official underneath about something. Was blocked by the players. I didn't see what she was asking about. Bogan with the ball, left side, goes to the glass, steps through, can't hit. Santana with the rebound. Has Miller deep, but doesn't get it to her, and then dribbles it off of her foot out of bounds at midcourt. Back into the Eastern lineup will be Addie Malone, replacing Santana. 2:48 to play first half, 31-28. Monsters on top. Lawson with the basketball for the Apaches. Into the front court, right side to Jones. Back to Lawson, near side to Bogan. Bogan to Cochise, left side. Lobs it backside to Bogan. Bogan catches right baseline. Her step back won't go, and Dixon with the rebound. She'll dribble through a double team at midcourt. Leaves it for Montoya, right back. There's an injured player down, but that's against the other team. Montoya shoots a three. It won't go out of bounds. It will stay with Eastern Arizona College.
Official timeout.
And Misty Opath, the head coach at Cochise College, says they weren't actively going to the basket. You should have blown the whistle, but you really don't do that if the injured player is on defense. I mean, that's just kind of a rule of thumb, and good to see Diana Bogan get up and be helped to the sidelines. Looks like she's going to be able to walk down to the training table. It looks like she probably caught a knee going through there in her thigh. Into the Apache lineup, number 4, Elena Contreras. It'll be Eastern basketball, baseline left with 20 on the shot clock, leading by 3. Miller to inbound, gets it into Bolden left side. Bolden down low to Montoya. Montoya backs down, draws a double team. Bolden picks it up and lays it up and in. You got to have a little luck in championship games, and there was a bit of luck for the Monsters. 33-28, they lead. Contreras into the front court, right side to Tatar. She'll drive, leaves it in the corner to Jones. She fires a three, no good. Dixon will corral the rebound for Eastern. She'll bring it in the front court against Bashish at midcourt. Right side to Malone. Malone left side to Miller. Miller down low to Dixon. Dixon goes right, steps back, fade away is no good. Rebounded by Montoya. That won't go. Her next follow won't go. It's out of bounds off of Cochise College, and it will be Eastern basketball. 97 seconds to play in the first half. Into the Cochise lineup, number 13, Jasenia Lawson. Tatar will head back to the Apache bench. Down low to Montoya. Montoya backs her way down against Bigovich and puts it up and in. Big game tonight for Shalance Montoya to pace the Monsters. They lead 35-28 with 1:26 to play in the first half. Contreras with the ball left side against Malone. Crosses over, goes left, gets into the lane. Running floater just happens to fall. Good defense there by Malone, but Contreras was able to put it up and in. Malone into the front court, driving against Bigovich, leaves it for Miller. She'll reverse it against Bigovich and score on the baseline for Sky Miller. 37-30 Eastern with a minute to play in the first half. Lawson into the front court, left side to Contreras. She'll go right on the dribble against Malone. Goes right, now left through a crossover move, steps through, kicks it to Lawson. 12-foot jumper is short, rebounded by Malone for Eastern. Leaves it for Bolden. as she pushes it into the front court left side. She'll drive against Bigovic. Reverse layup won't go. Cochise with the rebound. Here comes Cochise on the run to Jones. Jones to the glass, and a good foul by Addie Malone on the way up. And Jones will go to the line to earn it from the stripe. The first on Addie Malone. And Malone and Lawson having a conversation. Both from Las Vegas. I figured that out. So Lawson and Malone, both Las Vegas natives. Jasenia Lawson out of Legacy High School. And Addison Malone out of Centennial High School in Las Vegas. So what I'm gathering is this is not the first time these two have played against each other. First one off, no good for Jones for Cochise. 31.8 seconds to play in the first half, 37-30. Eastern on top. Jones second on the way. That one is good for the Apaches. 37-31. Eastern by 6 with 1 second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Malone with it into the front court with the alternating standing dribble. Crosses over Contreras. Now leaves it off to Bolden. 16 seconds. Montoya wants it down low. They get it to her. She faces against Bogan. Goes to the basket. And an offensive foul called on Shalance Montoya. I'm not sure Bogan was there and square, but nonetheless, the foul was called. That'll be the second on Montoya. Into the Eastern lineup will be Elva Chavez replacing Montoya. Both Montoya and Sorensen with 2 fouls now in the first half. 8.5 seconds to play. Cochise will get the final shot. They'll roll it, and Lawson will let it roll. Picks it up against Dixon. Goes left. On top to Contreras. Right side to Jones. Back to Contreras, near side. She's going to fire a 3, and a foul going to be called. Nope, they're going to say no foul. And Misty Opat all the way out at midcourt, protesting the call for Cochise College. We've reached halftime, 37-31, Eastern by 6. We'll be back with numbers from the first half after this timeout.
Hello, my name is Angelica DePaulo. I'm the head coach for women's basketball. This is my third year here. I was 2 years assistant coach, and now this is going to be my first year as the head coach. You guys can expect to see a hard work group that will battle together for 40 minutes. If I were to describe my team in one word, that would be tough. I think we're tough. We've been working so hard every single day, 6 a.m., conditioning, weights, and we are tough together. I always tell my players to be grateful to be here, giving back, and never take anything for granted because tomorrow is not promised. I hope to see you all at the game. Go Monsters!
Welcome back inside KATO Gymnasium here on the campus of Eastern Arizona College. Eastern leads at 37-31 over Cochise College at halftime of the Region 1 Women's Championship game. We're joined now by Eastern Arizona College President Todd Haney. And Mr. President, welcome to the YouTube.
Thank you so much, Lee. It is so good to be here tonight with you and everyone else here at the gym.
What a great crowd tonight.
Fantastic crowd. I fully expected this. This is great.
Well, and with students heading out of town for spring break next week, we really didn't know how many students would show up, but there's a fair share of them. But there is folks here to see some great basketball.
We've got students, we've got community members, we've got Booster Club members, we've got faculty, staff. This is a great crowd.
And it's been a great basketball game.
Oh my goodness. I don't think I haven't breathed much yet for the past 40 minutes.
I know, I think I've already drank all of my water I brought for the entire game
right.
in the first half of this one. And thanks for taking some time to come up and chat with us. Haven't been able to catch up with you this year. Maybe a state of the college, maybe, if you will, a little impromptu, from the top type of where the college is at in athletics, since we're, at an athletic event, from your opinion.
Oh, well, thank you, Lee. That's a great question. Eastern Arizona College is, of course, doing fantastic. Our enrollment is up this semester, year over year. From last spring, we have, I'd say, fully recovered, and I use that word very carefully, from COVID. And we are back up and running here. Eastern Arizona College is great. We lost our athletic director, Jim Bagnall, just a couple of months ago to his retirement, 27 plus years here at the college. We are in the middle of a search right now, and hopefully we'll have an announcement just after spring break, who his replacement is going to be. So we're looking for some great leadership here in the athletic department. You mentioned athletics here at EAC. I was thinking about this, and athletics at Eastern Arizona College is so key to who we are. It brings out the crowds. It brings out students. It gives students opportunities that might not otherwise come to EAC, come to a small town like Thatcher. But we have such a good program here. We're excited about what we're doing. We're excited about the athletic program. Excited, of course, about men's and women's soccer that begins this fall with two brand new head coaches.
Brand new head coaches, yeah.
Absolutely. So, but again, you look at this crowd here, and this is such a great example of the support that our community and our students here at the college give to each of our athletic teams. You see not just the general student population, but you see other student athletes that are here.
Yeah, that we've pointed that out all season long, that the coaching staff and the admin and the athletic department have done a fabulous job of getting their teams out to every other team's games.
That's exactly right. That shows you that we are really a community here at the college, and I think our students feel that, student athletes feel that as well.
It's a big part of the college experience, and
Absolutely.
I think Eastern at the junior college, at the 2-year junior college level in the state of Arizona, does it best. I mean, I've been in this seat for 23 years. I've seen pretty much all of it. And home games at Eastern are an event, and that's different than it is around the league.
They are definitely an event.
And also, it was 80 degrees here today, so that is also a selling point.
Well,
so,
I see we've got some doors open over here,
so
trying to let in
some of
the cool air.
We're talking to Eastern Arizona College President Todd Haney, and you and I go way back to this is going to sound funny to a bus to Chihuahua, Mexico. That sounds like an old country song, but
a bus to Chihuahua, Mexico.
That is, we have been here a while, and I've enjoyed watching your leadership here from knowing you from when I started 23 years ago. I think actually you started around the same time I started.
23 years ago.
Here working in the Valley and working with
EAC.
Along with EAC,
right.
In the athletic department, and it's got to give you the way you look at things has got to be so different than many that reach the presidency, because you weren't a lateral transfer into another president job. You've been here in the organization for 23 years, and that gives you a perspective different than people, I would think. Have you thought about that?
Well, I've thought about that quite a bit, actually. I certainly didn't take a traditional path to the presidency, which is oftentimes through the faculty ranks and then from institution to institution. I grew up here at Eastern Arizona College in more ways than one. When I was 8 years old, I was on this court at Chuck Levetter's basketball camp.
Shock.
I grew up here just biking and hiking around Eastern Arizona College's campus since I was a little boy. When I left town, when I moved away from Thatcher, after attending EAC, I thought I'd probably never be back at this beautiful little place. But as luck and fortune would have it, I'm back here, and fortunate that the governing board gave me the opportunity to be president of this great institution. 135 years old this year, Lee. This is a storied institution as far as I'm concerned, certainly in the state of Arizona.
It really is. And when we would there was when the league still had football and Phoenix and Eastern would get together.
Yeah.
That first game was played in 1920.
1920.
I mean, that's
103 years ago.
right. I mean, that was crazy. That it's been around that long.
Yeah. Well, I often tell my colleagues around the state and others that EAC started as an institution 24 years before Arizona even became a state.
It's true.
1888. Think about how far back that goes, and sports started back almost that far. That's how important athletics is to the experience, the student experience here at the college.
Well, President Haney, I appreciate you coming up and making the climb to get up to the broadcast location, which I enjoyed this angle of basketball. So if there's any changes made to the gym, I suggest not getting rid of this. That's just my ask.
This is the Lee Patterson honorary suite.
Let's not go that far. Let's not go that far. But I appreciate you taking some time and coming up and chatting. And I know that this is a big game tonight, and hopefully Eastern's played well in waves, and hopefully they can hold on and head to Lubbock.
Oh, I sure hope so. We're so proud of our team. They played so consistently all season long. 27-1 record. I'm just so proud of them, and I can't wait to go to Lubbock.
And a first-year head coach to boot.
First-year head coach, conference.
Coach of the year.
Coach of the year.
I mean, it's almost storybook.
That's exactly right.
It really is.
Absolutely.
I mean, this team has played so well all year that it will be fun to watch them make a run.
Absolutely,
in my opinion.
and I'm proud of them no matter what the result is out of tonight's game.
Well,
they're just a great team.
I appreciate it, and hopefully in Lubbock, Texas, we can watch Eastern win a national championship.
That's exactly what I'm hoping for.
I don't see a national championship on the women's banner, so that would be exciting.
We've got room on that wall for one.
There is room on the wall. That is Eastern Arizona College President Todd Haney. Thanks for taking some time and joining us.
Thank you, Lee.
We'll take another time out here at halftime. Eastern leads Cochise 37-31 at the break. We'll be back after this.
Hello, my name is Child. I'm from Seattle, Washington. I'm studying business. Come see the team and I take on Pima at 5:30 on February 28th at the Teller Gym. Go Monsters.
Hey, Coach, you just saw the new Gila Hank. What do you think?
Oh, I loved it. It's fierce.
Hey guys, check it out, guys. I got the new Gila Hank here.
Really?
Check it out.
Oh, wow, this new Gila Hank?
That's so sick. That's amazing. That's fire.
He looks like he's ready to fight.
It's modern, it's new, you can do lots of different things with it. I love it.
Good morning, Janae.
Lori, what brings you here?
I stopped by because I wanted to show you the new Gila Hank.
Oh, wow.
Looks like Godzilla. I love it. It's a great day to be a monster.
Oh, look at that. He's ultra modern.
Hey guys, I want to show you the new Gila Hank here. What do you think?
Fierce and modern.
Looks good. That's nice.
You look ruthless.
Go Monsters!
Yeah, go Monsters!
Go Monsters!
Go Monsters!
Go Monsters!
Welcome back inside KATO Gymnasium. With thanks again to Eastern Arizona College President Todd Haney for joining us at halftime. Always enjoy getting a chance to catch up with President Haney, and it's true. We go way back to a bus ride to Chihuahua, Mexico. Eastern Arizona College football in 2007 played in the first International Junior College Bowl game in Chihuahua, Mexico, and we spent 11 hours next to each other on a bus, so we've been friends since. Let's take a look at the numbers before we start the second half. For Cochise College in the first half, Clara Gonzalez off the bench with 7 points. 4 points for Elena Contreras, 2 points for Cochise, 4 points for Maiva de la Fortuna Nagawo, 4 points for Jasenia Lawson, 2 points for Deanna Bogan, and 8 points for Deja Jones to lead Cochise College. For Eastern, Tiara Bolden with 6, 2 points for Alana Payway, 6 for Sky Miller to go along with 4 rebounds. 6 points and 3 rebounds for Cassidy Dixon, 13 points and 6 rebounds in the first half for Shalance Montoya to lead all scores, and 4 points for Gracie Sorensen. Foul trouble, the only 2 players with more than 1 for Eastern are Shalance Montoya and Gracie Sorensen, and for Cochise, Maeva de la Fortuna Ngawo with 2. She's the only one for the Apaches. So all the post players in the game have 2 fouls each as they've been battling down low in this one. Winner of this one goes to gets the automatic bid to Lubbock, Texas. It's not next week, it's the week after, 24th through 27th, I believe, in Lubbock, Texas, for the women's national championship game. On the Division I side, the Arizona Western Matadors on the men's Division I side have already won the region. They will head to take on Salt Lake City tomorrow, I believe. Let's take a look at the scoreboard for the league. Tomorrow, it is Arizona Western at Salt Lake Community College in the West District Championship game. It's a 3 o'clock tip-off from Salt Lake Community College. And on the women's basketball side, Division II, Scottsdale is at Pima College tomorrow at 7 in their game. Take a look at some of the deeper stats of this one. Eastern's largest lead was 10 with 1:52 to play in the first. Cochise has led by 2. That's their largest lead of the game. Neither team scored the last minute of the game from the floor. Eastern the last minute and 7, Cochise the last minute and 18. There's been 2 ties and 2 lead changes in this one. In the rebounding department, Eastern has out-rebounded Cochise 17-10. Eastern has turned the ball over 6 times, though, to compare to just 3 for Cochise College. 37-31, Eastern Arizona College on top of Cochise College. We're ready for second half action here from KATO Gymnasium. Eastern will start the second half with Addison Malone, Cassidy Dixon, Shalance Montoya, Tiara Bolden, and Sky Miller. Cochise starts the second half with Elena Contreras, Shayna Pashish, Mayuba de la Fortuna Nagawo, Deja Jones, and Angela Bigovich. Cochise basketball left to right to start the second half. Into Contreras. She catches against Malone. Into the front court. On top now to Jones. Jones down low to Pashish. Pashish lobs it weak side to Ngawo. She can't hit the shot. Gets her own rebound back. Can't hit the third attempt either. And pulled down by Cassidy Dixon. Leaves it on top to Addison Malone. Malone with the ball right side to Bolden. Bolden comes left on the dribble around a screen. Now backs it back on top to Montoya. Montoya around right side to Malone. Malone in the lane. Loses the handle and chased down by Dixon with 6 to shoot. She's going to pull up from 16 straight away. Back iron won't go. Rebound is loose and pulled down by Cochise to Contreras. To Bigovich left side into the front court. Now back out on top to Jones. Jones brings it right side to Contreras. Contreras holds on her left hip. Now comes right on the dribble. Picks it up. Now swings around to Bigovich. 10 to shoot. Left side to Jones. Down to 6. Now back on top to Bigovich. Right side to Contreras. She'll go left. Trying to get a shot off. And that's not going to touch rim. That should be a shot clock violation, and it is. Great defensive possession by the Monsters here at the start of the third quarter, and they'll get the ball back. 4th turnover of the ball game for Cochise. Into the front court, Addie Malone with it right side. Hands it off to Bolden, comes left around to Dixon screen. Now a second screen by Montoya, all the way to the basket. Cut off there by Nagawo. She spins, gonna try it anyways, can't hit the shot. Rebounded by Sky Miller for the Monsters. On top to Dixon, down low to Montoya, catches in the lane, backs down the defender, off the glass and good. Shalance Montoya with 15 points now for the Monsters. Pashish into the front court, cut off by Bolden. She'll bring it back with a left-handed dribble on the near side. Comes through, and then a two-handed foul called on Tiara Bolden. That'll be her second. The collegiate level in the rule book says you use 2 hands on defense, it's an automatic foul. It'll be Cochise basketball, baseline right. Deja Jones to inbound. Into Pashish. Pashish from 10, right side, no good. Rebound is loose, and Pashish pulls it down all the way through the paint. Out on top to Contreras. Near side to Jones. Jones down low, right side, Nagawo. She's going to spin, double teamed. Nowhere to go, and she traveled with the basketball. Great defense there by Cassidy Dixon and Shalance Montoya to cause the turnover on the block. It'll be Eastern basketball. 39-31, Monsters by 8 with 7:48 to play in the third. Malone with the basketball into the front court, on top to Dixon. Dixon goes right, picks up her dribble back to Malone. Malone comes left around a Montoya screen. Leaves it on top to Bolden. Bolden down low to Montoya. Again, backing down, now gives it back to right side. Jumper good from the corner for Addison Malone. Just a 2. 41-31, Monsters on top. 7:18 to play in the third. Into the front court, left side, Jones with it. To Bigovich. Bigovich backs down Dixon. Lefty off the glass, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Bolden, and then knocked out of bounds by Cochise College. It will be Monster basketball. Back into the Apache lineup, number 13, Jasenia Lawson, the sophomore from Vegas. 7:04 to play in the third. 10-point Monster lead that matches their largest. Into the front court, Dixon with it, left side to Bolden. Bolden crosses over, pump fake, off the glass and good for Tiara Bolden. Monsters putting their head down and getting to the basket, and they lead by 12, their largest of the game. And a timeout called by Cochise. 6:44 to play in the third, Eastern 43, Cochise 31. We'll be back after this timeout. 6 minutes, 44 seconds to play in the third quarter. Eastern with their largest lead of the Region 1 championship game, 43-31 over Cochise College. Cochise to inbound, front court right, in on top to Lawson. Goes right, Lawson drives, pulls up from the right side, in and out, no good. Cochise with the rebound, back to Lawson. Lawson in the lane, that'll go for Jasenia Lawson. 43-33, Monsters by 10 with 6.5 to play in the third. Another front court, right side, Addie Malone with it, near side to Bolden. Bolden gets it down low to Montoya. Montoya goes to the basket. Step back jumper won't go, blocked out of bounds. It'll be Eastern basketball with 14 on the shot clock. Sky Miller will inbound. For Eastern, baseline left. Left side to Dixon. Dixon right back to Miller. Miller curls, backs her way down against Bigovich. Can't hit the layup. Rebounded by Jones on the weak side. Here comes Cochise on the run. Into the front court, steps through, and no good. Foul called on Tiara Bolden. She looks over at Coach DePaulo, and
Foul is against number 2 for the Monsters, Addison Malone.
that foul will be on Addison Malone.
Second team foul.
Her second.
Shooting 2, Deja Jones.
Deja Jones at the line for Cochise College. 8 points for her tonight for the Apaches. First free throw is good. She'll get one more. 6:01 to play, third quarter. 43-34, Monsters on top. Second one is good. 43-35. Eastern Arizona College on top. Right side to Miller. Miller, near side, tries to find Malone, but Bolden picks it up, kicks it out to Montoya. She's going to try a three from there. That's short. Rebounded out of bounds off of Cochise College.
Monsters ball.
And it will be Eastern basketball. 20 on the shot clock. Miller will inbound. Miller with just 6 points tonight, averages 14. Trying to get going into Montoya. Right side to Malone. Goes left around a screen. Down low, stolen away by Jones. Here comes Cochise on the run. Jones against Dixon. Dixon gets in front. Jones pulls up from 10. Short, and a foul going to be called on Tiara Bolden. That'll be her third. And we'll see if Coach DePaulo goes to the bench to find it will be Vitoria Santana, who will come off the bench for the Monsters. The freshman from Brazil will replace Tiara Bolden. Now Deja Jones to the line for Cochise College. 10.9 points a game average. First one is good. .5:33 to play in the third. And now Jones will ready for her second. Puts it up, and that one is good. 43-37, Monsters on top. Full court pressure by Cochise into the front court. Montoya with it now to Dixon. Left side to Miller. Thinks about a three. Works against Pashish. Gets into the lane. On top to Santana. 17-foot jumper. Rolls off, no good. Rebounded by Montoya, and we'll have a jump ball underneath. And alternating possession will stay with Eastern. Baseline left, 20 on the shot clock. Sky Miller will inbound. Gets it into Montoya, left side, wide open for a three, won't shoot it. Backdoor to Sky Miller, reverse on the way, and good, and one for Sky Miller with the tuck and roll afterwards. That's going to be the third on Nagawa. Into the Eastern Arizona College lineup will be Gracie Sorensen and Alana Pewe, replacing Montoya and Malone. They called the foul on 12, and now they're going to, the official ran into Santana. I saw that one coming. Says Santana and the official neither were watching, and I'm glad that it was just a bump. They're letting Sky Miller retire shoe. And now Miller at the line trying to make it a three-point play for the Monsters. That one on the way, and good for Sky Miller. 9 points for her and a 46-37 lead for the Monsters. Lawson into the front court, alternating standing dribble between the circle. Goes right on the dribble, on top now to Jones. Jones crossover into the lane, cut off there, back to Lawson. Lawson against Sorensen, and one. And Gracie Sorensen going to pick up her third. Jacinia Lawson will go to the line trying to make it a three-point play for the Apaches. Sorensen was in great position until the arms came down. Now Lawson to the line for the three-point, try to make it a three-point play for Cochise. That one is short. Rebound is loose, pulled down ultimately by Sorensen, and can she have a jump ball with her foot out of bounds? That is my question from here. Lawson had a hold of the ball, but half of her body was laying out of bounds. Can that still be a jump ball? That's, if anybody has my number, text me if you know the rule of that. If you're a basketball coach and you've got my number, text me on that, because I think that should not have been a jump ball. Into the front court, Jones with the basketball. Right on the dribble against Miller. Into the lane, stolen away, picked up by Payway. Payway into the backcourt to Santana. Santana near side to Dixon. Dixon goes right against Jones into the lane. Gives it to Sorensen right side. Now back on top to Santana with 14 to shoot. Over to Payway left side. Payway goes right. Step back three on the way. In and out no good. Bigovich with the rebound. Into the hands of Jones. Monsters lead 46-39 with 4 minutes to play in the third of the Region 1 championship game. Into the front court. Jones around a screen. Goes right. Cut off by Miller. Now on top to Ngawu. 17-foot jumper on the way. No good. Rebound in the lane is loose, and a whistle and a foul going to be called on Sky Miller on the ground. That'll be the first on Sky, but it's going to be the 5th team foul against Eastern, and that'll put Cochise at the line to shoot 2 shots. And it looks like we're going to get a towel, and Alana Payway started to clean it up across the NJCAA logo. Now the official going to make sure that all of that is cleaned up. And Miller going over to talk to Coach DePaulo during these free throw attempts by Deja Jones. So Cochise now will shoot on every foul the remaining 3:48 of the third quarter. Only 1 foul called against Cochise here in the third. Jones' first free throw is up and in. 46-40. Monsters by 6. They've led by as many as 12. Jones' second free throw is short. Rebounded by Payway for the Monsters. Loses her footing, but keeps her dribble alive and gets the ball off to Dixon and then ultimately over to Santana. Into the front court. Top of the key, left side to Sorensen. Sorensen back on top to Dixon. Dixon, left side to Santana. Down low to Sorensen. Backs her way down in the lane. Jumper good for Gracie Sorensen. 48-40 Monsters, 3:20 to play in the third. Lawson into the front court, on top to Bigovich. She's going to take a long three. Back iron, no good. Rebounded by Pashish in the lane. Back to Bigovich, left baseline. Drives, kicks it near side to Jones. Jones to the glass, and she's fouled on the way by. I think they're going to get Santana with the hip check. It is on Santana. That'll be her second. Deja Jones slow to get up, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Shooting 2, Deja Jones.
Jones tonight, 13 points for Cochise, their leading scorer. Now she'll head to the charity stripe to shoot. First free throw on the way and good for Jones. 48-41 Monsters, 3 minutes and 3 seconds to play in the third quarter. Jones readies for her second. That one is good as well. 48-42, Monsters by 6, 3 minutes to play in the third. Victoria Santana with it into the front court between the circles. Goes left around to Sorensen's screen. Gets to the basket against Jones. Leaves it on top. Stolen by Lawson. Lawson, coast to coast, all alone. Off the glass and good. Timeout, Eastern. 2:44 to play in the third. Cochise making a run. 48-44. Monsters lead it. We'll be back after this timeout. Welcome back inside KATO Gymnasium. Lee Patterson with you. 2:44 to play in the third quarter of the Region 1 Women's Championship game. And Eastern leading by 4, 48-44 over Cochise. They led by 10 just over 3 minutes ago. And Cochise has cut it to 4. Santana with the basketball to Sky Miller. Miller, right side, into the lane. Leaves it down low to Sorensen. Sorensen against Bigovich. Triple teamed out to Miller. Right side for 3. Yes! For Sky Miller. Nice pass from Sorensen to find the wide open Miller. 51-44 Monsters. Sky with 12 now for Eastern. Jones into the front court. On top to Pashish. Down low to Nagawu. Against Sorensen. Goes left off the glass and 1 for Nagawu. That's going to be the 4th on Gracie Sorensen. That'll put Nagawu at the line to shoot the and 1. Into the Eastern lineup will be number 25, Shalance Montoya, replacing Sorensen, who will sit with 4 fouls and probably won't see her until midway through the fourth quarter. 51-46. Eastern on top. Nagawa at the line for the and 1. Up and rolls in for Nagawa. Full court pressure. Santana with the basketball. Into the front court to Payway right side. Back to Santana. 51-47, Eastern on top. Miller drives against Bigovich. In the lane, can't hit. But again, Miller picking herself up off the floor. The foul will go on 12. Nagawa, that'll be her 4th. And Miller at the line to shoot 2. I saw Sky Miller in the tunnel before the game, and I told her that in my many years here broadcasting, she probably takes more hits to the floor than anybody I've seen, and she said, thank you. She plays hard, no matter the situation. The officials were confused. It's a 2-shot foul. And Miller missed the first. She'll get one more. She did say she's figured out how to fall against the pads underneath the basket, as that one doesn't roll in either. But she said the floor still hurts. 1:49 to play in the third. 51-47. Eastern on top. Lawson into the front court against Dixon. Goes left to Pashish, and Pashish traveled with the basketball. It'll be Eastern basketball. 1:36 to play in the third, leading 51-47 over Cochise. Women's Region 1 championship game. Payway with the basketball. Leaves it for Dixon. Dixon sprints it through into the front court. Monsters with numbers, but they slow it up and set up offense. Right side to Santana. Santana out on top to Miller. Miller wants a screen from Montoya. Goes left around it. Gets to the lane against Bogan. Can't hit. Rebound is loose and out of bounds off of Santana. It's an awful lot of contact underneath the basket for no whistle. It'll be Cochise basketball, 70 seconds to play in the third. Eastern up 51-47. Into the front court. Lawson with it. The right-handed dribble. Left side to Pashish. Now back on top to Lawson. Right side to Bogan. Bogan back on top to Lawson. Lawson pulls up from the left elbow. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Miller for Eastern. She sprints it into the front court. Has some room. Miller leaves it for Payway. Right side to Dixon. 42 seconds to play. Lob down low to Montoya. Off the glass and good. Nice find from Sky Miller. 53-47 Monsters. Pashish, 15-foot jumper right side is good. Nobody got out on her. And she puts it in. 53-50. Should have just been a 2. It should be 53-49 and a foul in the backcourt against Cochise. And the score is not right on the scoreboard. They called the foul on number 2, but there's not a number 2. The foul will be on number 5, Shauna Pashish.
Foul is against Apache's number 5, Shauna Pashish.
Eastern should be up 53-49. The scoreboard here has them tied at 49. Sky Miller to the glass, and one for Sky Miller. 55-49 should be the score. The foul will be on Pashish. So the foul on Pashish will be her third, and Sky Miller at the line trying to make it an and one. 55-49, the score is correct on the scoreboard. Elva Chavez into the Eastern lineup, replacing Montoya. Now Miller at the line with 14 points for Eastern. Ties her season average. Miller's free throw is good. And a inbound by Cochise to Lawson. 10 seconds to play in the third. Monsters up 56-49. Lawson goes right on top to Bigovic. Now off to Jones to Bigovic. She gets a jumper off, doesn't go. And at the end of the third quarter, the score, Eastern 56, Cochise 49. We'll be back for the final 10 minutes of this Region 1 championship game coming up right after this.
Hello, my name is Angelica DePaulo. I'm the head coach for women's basketball. This is my third year here. I was 2 years assistant coach, and now this is going to be my first year as the head coach. You guys can expect to see a hard work group that will battle together for 40 minutes. If I were to describe my team in one word, that would be tough. I think we're tough. We've been working so hard every single day, 6 a.m., conditioning, weights, and we are tough together. I always tell my players to be grateful to be here, giving back, and never take anything for granted because tomorrow is not promised. I hope to see you all at the game. Go Monsters!
10 minutes left to decide this Region 1 Women's Championship game here from Eastern Arizona College. The Monsters lead at 56-49 over Cochise College. It will be Eastern basketball to start the fourth quarter. Cassidy Dixon to inbound. Into the backcourt to Victoria Santana against Lawson. Gets a screen from Chavez, or wants a screen from Chavez. Goes around it, pulls up, leaves it to Miller out on top, and an illegal screen called on Elva Chavez as she sets it at the left elbow. That'll be the second on Chavez, the first against the team in the first 11 seconds of the fourth quarter. Cochise basketball, length of the floor. Jasenia Lawson with it. Works it up against Payway to the right side. Now on top to Pashish, around left side to Jones. Jones against Santana in the corner to Bikovic for three. Good. 56-52, Monsters by 4. Near steal in the backcourt for Lawson as Santana pushes it into the front court, and a timeout called by Eastern. 9:18 to play in the ball game, 56-52. Eastern Arizona College on top. We'll be back inside here to KATO Gymnasium just after the timeout. Holding on to a 4-point lead in the Region 1 championship game with an automatic bid on the line to the national tournament in Lubbock, Texas. Eastern to inbound. Dixon gets it into Santana. Santana comes left on the dribble. Cross court to Payway. Payway gets a screen from Chavez. In the lane, stolen away by Lawson. Here she comes on the run against Miller. She'll slow it down and wait for the team. To Bigovic. She's going to shoot a deeper three. And air balls. Into the Eastern lineup, Addison Malone replacing Alana Payway. Malone will inbound, length of the floor, into Santana against the pressure. Santana leaves it back to Malone. Malone lobs it to Miller. Miller into the front court. Eastern beats the pressure. Now Malone with it left side. On top to Dixon. Dixon crossover, finds some room, gets to the glass, left-handed and lays it up and in for Cassidy Dixon. 58-52, long pass to Pashish, who beats everybody back down the floor. And Cochise answers right away, 58-54, 8.5 to play. Into the front court, Miller with it. Now she leads a 3-on-2 break. Left side to Chavez, off the glass and good for Elva Chavez. Her first bucket of the game makes it 60-54, Monsters with 8:15 to play. Lawson into the front court. She'll drive right to the glass and one. And Lawson getting a warning from the official because after she got the foul called against Addie Malone, she was in her ear, and the officials came over to calm the situation down. Addie Malone will pick up her third. She'll head back to the bench. Tiara Bolden in for Eastern. Clara Gonzalez back in for Cochise College. Lawson at the line, trying to make it a three-point play for Cochise. Fires, and good. 60-57, Monsters by 3. Bolden into Santana. Leaves it back to Bolden, who pushes it into the front court. Leaves it to Sky Miller in the lane. Miller spins, and she's fouled on the way by. And the officials get together. One official has a traveling, and the other one has a foul call. And now they're going to call a travel on Sky Miller, and it's a turnover. Miller can barely stand. She might need some help by one of the training staff. Looks like she's going to stay in the ball game. And they're going to leave her in the ball game. She's in some obvious pain, but she's a sophomore, and she's not going to come out of the ball game. 8:02 to play. Monsters by 3. Lawson with the basketball. Into the front court against Dixon. Right side to Jones, who drives the lane, can't hit it, and it's out of bounds off of Cochise College. Eastern basketball, lob into Miller. Miller leaves it to Dixon. She'll sprint it into the front court, goes to the glass, lays it up and in for Cassidy Dixon. 62-57. Lawson into the front court to Bigovich, left side, back to Lawson. Lawson drives against Dixon. Step back from 17, in and out, no good. Santana there for the rebound for the Monsters. And she'll slow the pace. Into the front court, left-handed against Gonzalez. Out on top to Dixon. Dixon goes right. Double team, kicks it back to Santana. Wide open, fires. Back iron, no. Bigovich with the rebound. And down goes Tiara Bolden behind the play. Into the front court, left side, up and off, no good. Rebound is loose, pulled down by Santana. And then we'll have a foul as Lawson is in the ear of Santana for the second time. And now the officials are going to send both teams to their benches. Now Coach DePaulo halfway out on the floor pleading her case for a technical against Jasenia Lawson. Now Misty Opat in the official's ear. And now the officials are going to try to figure out what they're going to call here. Is it going to be double technicals? Is it going to be a technical on Lawson, a technical on Santana? They're trying to figure it out here. It's a big call and a big game. 6:59 to play, 62-57, Eastern Arizona on top. They've sent both teams to their benches. And the officials are still talking it over at center court here. Shalance Montoya is checked back into the Eastern lineup. It's taking a long time to make a decision. Here's the lead official. We'll try to listen. They want the coaches to come together at midcourt. So we're going to have double technicals. Double technicals if I have mastered lip reading. So here is the call. Double technicals on Victoria Santana and Jasenia Lawson. That will each be a team. That will be a foul against each of them, and it will be Eastern basketball. The lead official still here at the official scores table. I thought it was on Santana and Lawson. But Misty Opat, the Cochise College coach. Down there trying to get the, see if we can.
13 is going to have a personal foul and a technical.
A personal foul and a technical foul against Jasenia Lawson. So she.
Technical foul called against number 13, Jasenia Lawson for the Apaches. And a personal foul against number 13, Jasenia Lawson. And a technical foul against number 10 for the Monsters, Victoria Santana. The technical fouls have canceled each other out.
So that is a offsetting penalty, first down. 6:59 to play in the ball game. 62-57, Eastern on top. It'll be Eastern basketball. Backcourt right. I think the table's got it figured out. Nice job by the officials of figuring it out and making sure everybody was on the same page. Eastern basketball into the front court. Santana with the basketball. Right side to Dixon. Dixon holds, goes right around a screen, finds some room in the lane. Cross court to Santana. Santana drives, cut off there, back to Dixon. Dixon into the lane, through the glass and good. 64-57, Monsters with 6.5 to play. Jones into the front court, left to right. On top against Santana. Hands it off near side to Cochise. Cochise against Santana. Crosses over in the lane to Nagawu down low against Montoya. Fadeaway jumper off glass, no good. Santana there for the rebound. She took an elbow from her teammate Montoya. Seems to be okay. Into the front court, left side to Bolden. Bolden on top to Dixon. Dixon goes right against Bogan, into the lane again, kicks it off to Miller. Miller kicks it back out to Santana. Santana fires a three, back iron no. Jones pulls down the rebound on the run now for Cochise. Into the front court, drives the lane, leaves it right side for Gonzalez, can't hit. Cochise gets the rebound, out to Jones. Jones back to Cochise, on top to Bogan with 17 to shoot. Leaves it now back on top of the key to Deja Jones between the circles. 64-57, Eastern on top to Cochise, left side. 6 seconds to shoot, down low to Nagawu, in the lane, goes lefty, can't hit, and Cassidy Dixon will pull down the rebound for Eastern. Stolen in the backcourt by Gonzalez, to the glass, no good. Rebounded by Dixon, and then she's fouled underneath by Cochise, and Dixon slow to get up. So is Victoria Santana. Dixon, the foul will be on Cochise. That'll be her fourth.
Foul is against the bench, number 5. Shona Cochise, her fourth.
And into the Cochise lineup, Lawson and Tatar, replacing Gonzalez and Bogan. It'll be Eastern basketball, 5:19 to play, 64-57, Eastern Arizona on top. Miller to inbound, into Bolden. Leaves it back to Santana. Santana back to Bolden. Bolden sprints it into the front court and leaves it for Santana to set up offense. Right side to Dixon. Dixon fires a three from the right side. That's an air ball. Rebounded out of bounds by Sky Miller, and it will be Cochise basketball. 5:03 to play in the ball game. 64-57, Eastern on top. What a great atmosphere for a Region 1 women's basketball game tonight here at KATO Gymnasium. It's what college basketball is all about. Lawson into the front court, left side for the Apaches. On top to Nagawo. Now back to Lawson, who wants a screen. Down low now on the baseline against Montoya. Jumper won't go. Miller with the weak side rebound. Leaves it for Santana underneath the basket, and she'll dribble around a screen and out of trouble. 4.5 to play. Monsters up 64-57. Into the front court to Bolden, left side. Bolden goes right to Dixon. Dixon against Tatar. Down low to Montoya in the lane. Scoop shot won't go. Nagawa with the rebound. Off to Lawson. She's on the sprint into the front court against Miller. She'll stop ball there on the left side. On top between the circles. Down low to Nagawa. In the lane against Montoya. Backs her down. Goes lefty to the glass and good for Nagawa. 64-59. Eastern on top. Full court pressure still. And a turnover as Santana tries to throw a baseball pass down the floor. She'll head to the bench. Addie Malone back into the lineup for Eastern. Cochise basketball. Backcourt. 3:56 to play and a 5-point Monster lead. Into Jasenia Lawson against Malone. On top to Jones. Jones down low to Nagawu, to the glass and good. 64-61, Monsters lead but just by 3. Bolden into the front court near side. Crossover on Lawson, leaves it off to Malone on the right side. Now to Dixon between the circles, right side to Miller. Miller against Tatar, down low to Montoya, backing her way down, off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound back and the follow. for Chalance Montoya. 19 points for Montoya tonight to lead the Monsters, and they lead by 5 with 3:14 to play in the ball game. Lawson with the ball out on top. Goes in the lane, running floater won't go. Rebounded by Nagawu. His follow won't go. Montoya with the rebound. Leaves it off to Dixon. 2:56 to play. Malone into the front court. Works against Lawson. Has her pocket picked by Lawson. Here she comes on the run. Dixon back the other way. Can't get there, and Lawson puts it up and in. Dixon sprints it into the front court for Eastern. Right side to Miller. Miller will dribble it out with 2.5 to play. Monsters by 3. Near side to Bolden. Bolden goes left against Jones, gets to the glass, lays it up and in for Tiara Bolden. 68-63 Monsters, 2:20 to play. Cochise into the front court. On top to Lawson. Lawson goes right against Malone in the lane. Lefty floater good for Jasenia Lawson. 68-65, Monsters by 3. Malone into the front court, double teamed, and throws it away. Turnover back to Cochise. Gracie Sorensen and Victoria Santana back into the lineup, and a timeout called by Cochise. 68-65, 1:54 to play in the Region 1 championship game. We'll be back after this.
Hi, my name is Cameron Turner. This is my first season as the men's head basketball coach, but previously I've been coaching the women's program for the last 5 years. Describe my team in one word, it's tenacity. My team is hungry, it's humble, and it's thankful for the opportunity to be here at EAC. They have great energy every day, they're positive, and they're willing to fight for EAC. A small expression I have, my team is to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice to give. That's a famous quote from a famous American distance runner, Steve Prefontaine. I just think about it, you got to do your best day in and day out. I want to see all of you there. Come out and see us play. Go Monsters!
One minute, 54 seconds left to decide this Region 1 women's basketball game. Number 1 seed Eastern 68, number 2 seed Cochise 65. On the men's side of the Division 2, Scottsdale just beat Pima 90-69 to advance on the Division 2 men's side. It'll be Cochise basketball backcourt. Tatar to inbound to Jasenia Lawson. Lawson with the ball between the circles. Works against Santana. Near side now to Jones. Jones against Dixon. Out on top to Tatar against Miller. She'll go right into the lane. Running floater. Off glass won't go. Santana there for the big rebound for the Monsters. Works against Lawson in the backcourt. Pushes it into the front court now. Near side to Sky Miller. Left side to Bolden. Bolden drives against Tatar. Down low to Sorensen. Sorensen stolen away in the lane on a bounce pass. Here comes Lawson back the other way for Cochise. Lefty and fouled by Santana on the way up. They're asking if the basket went in, but it did not. The foul on Santana. That'll be her 4th, and that'll put Lawson at the line to shoot 2. The lefty fires her first, and it's short. 73 seconds left, a 3-point lead for Eastern. Lawson back to the line for her 2nd. That one is up, and that one rattles home for Cochise.
Serving for the Monsters, number
into the Eastern lineup. Shalance Montoya replacing Gracie Sorensen. 68-66, Monsters by 2. The closest Cochise has been all second half. Full court pressure up to Dixon. Dixon leaves it to Bolden, who brings it into the front court. On top to Santana. Santana stolen away by Lawson. Here she comes on the run to the glass, and it's tied with 59 seconds to play. Into Bolden. Bolden leaves it for Santana. Santana into the front court, trapped on the near side, gets it off to Miller, and a timeout called by Eastern. With 50.5 seconds to play, only the third tie of the ball game. 68-68, Eastern and Cochise in the Region 1 Women's Final. We'll be back after this full timeout.
Hello, my name is Angelica DePaulo. I'm the head coach for women's basketball. This is my third year here. I was 2 years assistant coach, and now this is going to be my first year as the head coach. You guys can expect to see a hard work group that will battle together for 40 minutes. If I were to describe my team in one word, that would be tough. I think we're tough. We've been working so hard every single day, 6 a.m., conditioning, weights, and we are tough together. I always tell my players to be grateful to be here, giving back, and never take anything for granted because tomorrow is not promised. I hope to see you all at the game. Go Monsters!
Welcome back inside KATO Gymnasium. We've got ourselves a ball game in the championship of the Women's Region 1 tournament. 68-68, Eastern and Cochise all tied with 50.5 seconds to play. Dixon to inbound. Gets it in the corner to Bolden. Bolden out on top to Dixon. Dixon goes right to Santana against Lawson. Goes left on the dribble, picks up the dribble. Left corner now to Bolden. Bolden goes right around a screen, gets into the lane. Offensive foul called on Shalance Montoya on an illegal screen. That'll give the Apaches the ball with 35 seconds to play in a tie ball game. There's a 5.2 second differential in the game clock and the shot clock. Cochise can hold it for almost a final shot. Eastern needs a big defensive stand here. Timeout, Apaches. 28.2 seconds to play, 68-68. Back for the conclusion of this one right after this.
Hi, my name is Cameron Turner. This is my first season as the men's head basketball coach, but previously I've been coaching the women's program for the last 5 years. Describe my team in one word, it's tenacity. My team is hungry, it's humble, and it's thankful for the opportunity to be here at EAC. They have great energy every day, they're positive, and they're willing to fight for EAC. A small expression I have, my team is to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice to give. That's a famous quote from a famous American distance runner, Steve Prefontaine. I just think about it, you got to do your best day in and day out. I want to see all of you there. Come out and see us play. Go Monsters!
Defense wins championships, and the Monsters need a defensive stand with 28.2 seconds to play, tied with Cochise at 68. Cochise will inbound front court right. Will be Deja Jones to inbound for the Apaches, front court right. Into Lawson at the time stripe against Santana. She's gonna hold. Any foul will send Cochise to the foul line. Lawson out on top against Santana, goes left, on top to Jones, 11 seconds, 5 to shoot, goes right, loses the handle, ball's loose, fades away, no good, into the hands of Santana, 3 seconds, she's got to go, and a timeout with .3. Eastern wants a shot clock violation and time put back on the clock. The officials are going to talk it over. It's a 30-second timeout called by Eastern.
Second timeout, Monsters.
They're not putting any time on the clock. So Eastern will have 0.3 seconds to catch and shoot. They're not able to come down with it. It's going to have to be a lob. But Eastern's going to have to inbound all the way back in the backcourt. So that's going to have to be a baseball pass from Sky Miller and almost a tip. Going to need a miraculous shot to win it in regulation. Sky Miller will inbound into Montoya, and the ball game is headed to overtime. At the end of the game, I thought that shot clock violation should have put time back on the clock for Eastern, but nonetheless, we're headed to overtime, tied at 68. Back after this. Welcome back inside here at Eastern Arizona College as we go to overtime in the Region 1 Women's Championship game. Tied at 68, Eastern and Cochise. Winner of this one gets the automatic bid to the national tournament. The fouls stay as we go to overtime, so any foul in overtime still sends Cochise to the foul line. It'll be Bigovich to jump center with Shalance Montoya as we have a 5-minute overtime period in this one. As we're ready. The toss, the tap, one into the hands of Eastern Arizona College. Santana with it, top of the key, around a screen. Goes right side, picks up her dribble on top to Dixon. Down low to Montoya. Montoya to work, right side, leaves it short. Lawson with the rebound. Here come the Apaches on the run. Left side, down low, underneath, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Cochise. Shout on top to Bigovich for a three. Good. The largest lead of the ball game for Cochise comes in overtime. They lead 71-68. They led by 2 in the first quarter. This is their first lead since. Bolden pushes it in the front court to Dixon. Dixon cross court to Santana. Santana back to Dixon. Dixon goes right on the dribble, crossover into the lane, pump fake, kicks it on top to Bolden. Bolden leaves it to Santana with 8 to shoot. Down low to Montoya. Montoya double teamed, leaves it to Bolden. Underneath the basket, reverse layup, no good. Nagawa with the rebound for Cochise. 3:52 to play in overtime. Monsters down 3, 71-68. 10-second violation as Jasenia Lawson didn't get it across in time. No pressure either. And it's a turnover back to Eastern. Big break for the Monsters. Dixon gets it into Santana, works against Lawson at the time stripe. Into the front court. Leaves it for Dixon, left side. Dixon goes right on the dribble. Now leaves it back to Santana. 19 to shoot, left corner to Bolden. Bolden goes right on the dribble, around a double screen, gets into the lane, pulls up from the right elbow. Good for Tiara Bolden. Cochise College by 1, 71 to 70 with 3:19 to play in overtime. Lawson with the ball, top of the key. Goes left on the dribble. On top, now to Jones, drives the lane, pulls up from 15 and buries it for the Apaches. 73-70 to Cochise on top. Santana with the ball on the backcourt. To Sky Miller. Miller from 15. Back iron, no. Rebounded by Jones. Into the front court for the Apaches. Drives the lane, leaves it for Lawson. Lawson off the glass and good. And a 5-point Cochise College lead with 2:41 to play in overtime. Sky Miller on the run into the front court. Going to go coast to coast. Lefty off the glass and good. Sky Miller putting the team on her back. She says, we're not losing at home. 75-72. Cochise leads with 2:27 to play in overtime. Lawson into the front court. Left side to Bigovic. Against Miller. On top to Pashish. Down low to Nagawo. Goes left into the lane. Fades away. Can't hit. Rebounded by Montoya for Eastern. Leaves it for Santana. Pushes it in the front court to Miller. Miller, step back three on the way, short. Rebounded by Bolden, up and in for Tiara Bolden. Monsters back to within 1 with 1:55 to play in overtime. Lawson into the front court. 1:40 to play in overtime. She'll go left on the dribble. Off to Bigovic. 16 to shoot against Miller in the lane. Now to 12 to shoot. On top to Lawson. Down to 9. Near side to Pashish, drives right side, runs over a defender, blocking foul, and 1 for Pashish. And then a technical foul called on Pashish. So count the basket and 1 for Pashish. The foul will be on Cassidy Dixon, but then Pashish will pick up a technical foul as well. That'll be her 5th foul. That'll be the 5th on Pashish. So who shoots the foul shots if she fouls out? Count the basket. The foul will be on Cassidy Dixon. Technical foul on number 5. That's going to be her 5th. So Pashish is fouled out with 1:32 to play in overtime.
It's number 23 for the Monsters, Cassidy Dixon, her first. A technical foul is assessed against number 5, Shauna Pashish, her 5th.
That'll be her 5th. The officials are going to have to decide who shoots the free throws. The coach wants Pashish to shoot the technical foul, but I don't know that that's the case. Now the officials are bringing both coaches back together. Trying to read lips again from up here. So they are going to give Pashish the chance to shoot the free throw. And then Eastern will shoot the technical free throws and get the ball back. So Pashish, even though she fouled out, will get to shoot her free throw. Nope, so 5 fouls out. Pashish will not get to shoot the free throws. Tatiana Tatar will shoot the 1 free throw for Cochise, leading by 3. Tatar's free throw is no good. Eastern will get 2 free throws on the other end for the technical foul. Cassidy Dixon will go to the line for the Monsters.
Monsters, number 23, Cassidy Dixon.
And Eastern will get the ball back as well with 92 seconds to play in overtime, trailing by 3. Dixon with 12 points tonight for the Monsters. Her first free throw is no good. She'll take a long walk outside of the circle. And now back in for her second. That one is up and no good either. Eastern will get the ball back, down 3 with 92 seconds to play in overtime.
It's Monsters ball.
Eastern basketball. Dixon will inbound. Far side, down 3. Into Santana in the backcourt. Works it up against Lawson, right side. Gets a screen from Montoya. Gets into the paint, now backs it back up. To Miller, to the glass, up and good. Monsters back to within 1 with 1:18 to play in overtime. Lawson in the front court, Monsters need a stop. 70 seconds to play, down 1. Here in overtime of the Region 1 Women's Championship game. On top to Jones. Jones against Dixon. Fires it up, no good. Rebounded by Santana for the Monsters, and she's fouled. And that'll send Eastern to the line to shoot 2 free throws with 57 seconds to play. The foul will be on Lawson. Her third. That'll put Victoria Santana at the line to shoot 2 free throws for Eastern.
Shooting 2, Victoria Santana.
Victoria Santana to the line. Monsters, she's looking for her first points of the night. They'd be big ones for the freshman. First free throw, in and out, no good. Santana gathers herself for her second. She can tie the game with this one. Fires, that one is good. Ties the game with 57 seconds to play. Lawson into the front court for Cochise, left to right. And a timeout called by Cochise. 50.7 seconds to play in overtime. Tied at 77. We'll be back. .7 seconds in overtime here at Eastern Arizona College. The number 1 seed Monsters and the number 2 seed Apaches tied at 77. We are tied at 68 at the end of regulation. We're tied at 77 with 50.7 seconds to play in overtime. It will be Cochise basketball, front court right. Deja Jones will inbound for Cochise. Tried to get it over Dixon, into Lawson, right corner. Down low to Nagawu. Works against, down in the lane, steps through, and turns it over to Tiara Bolden. Bolden on the sprint, to the glass, yes! Tiara Bolden gives Eastern the lead with 37 seconds to play. And a timeout called by Cochise. 33.4 seconds left. The Monsters lead by 2. Timeout, Apaches back after this. 33 and a half seconds to play. Monsters lead at 79-77. Monster fans on their feet. Tatar to inbound for Cochise. Front court right. In on top to Bigovic against Miller. Back to Tatar. Into the hands of Lawson with 20 to shoot. Goes left on Santana into the lane, off the glass, and good. Ties the game at 79, and a timeout called by Eastern. 21.8 seconds to play. Tied at 79. We'll be back for an exciting finish right after this. .8 seconds to play in the ball game. In overtime, actually. Eastern and Cochise tied at 79. The Monsters can take the final shot. The shot clock is off. Tiara Bolden will inbound. Bolden to inbound. Gets it in on top to Dixon. Works against Lawson. Goes right on the dribble. Into the lane. Down low to Montoya. Loses the handle. We have a jump ball, and it'll be Cochise basketball with 14.9 seconds to play. Dixon's bounce pass was low. Montoya couldn't get it, and now Cochise has a chance with 14.9 to play. Tied at 79. Gonna roll the ball in to Jones. Jones into the front court, and a timeout called by the Apaches with 12 seconds to play. Eastern got a defensive stand at the end of regulation. They're gonna need another one here at the end of overtime. Tied at 79, Eastern and Cochise. The winner of this one gets the automatic bid to the national tournament. We'll be back right after this. .12 seconds flat left in overtime. Tied at 79. Cochise and Eastern. Cochise will inbound front court right. Deja Jones will inbound against Dixon. In on top to Lawson. Down to 9. Lawson holds. Gets a screen. Goes right. Down low in the lane. Stolen away and out of bounds off of Eastern with 2.1 seconds. Dixon hit it, but went off the shoulder of Miller. So now Eastern has to guard for 2.1 seconds to get into a double overtime. Bigovic into Jones. Jones drives left and doesn't get a shot off. We're headed to double overtime. Another defensive stand for the Monsters. We'll head to double overtime back after this.
Hello, my name is Angelica DePaolo. I'm the head coach for women's basketball. This is my third year here. I was 2 years assistant coach, and now this is going to be my first year as the head coach. You guys can expect to see a hard work group that will battle together for 40 minutes. If I were to describe my team in one word, that would be tough. I think we're tough. We've been working so hard every single day, 6 a.m., conditioning, weights, and we are tough together. I always tell my players to be grateful to be here, giving back, and never take anything for granted because tomorrow is not promised. I hope to see you all at the game. Go Monsters!
Five more minutes on the second overtime clock. Eastern and Cochise tied at 79. It'll be Bigovich and Montoya to jump center. Both teams have 5 team fouls, so every foul in double overtime will be free throws. The toss, the tap, one into the hands of Eastern Arizona. Tiara Bolden hands it off to Santana. Left side to Montoya. Montoya on top to Dixon. Dixon back to Montoya. Goes left against Tatar. Leaves it down low in the lane. Ball's loose, picked up by Bolden. Bolden, left side to Santana. Little 5-foot jumper, all out and off, no good. Rebounded by Lawson in the lane, and a near travel, no whistle. Into the hands of Jones. Jones on top to Lawson. 4.5 to play in double overtime, tied at 79. Right side, Lawson with it, now comes left around to Tatar screen, top of the key. Back right side to Bigovich. Pump fake, step back, gets it off to Tatar. She'll go left, 5 to shoot to Lawson. Lawson back on top to Tatar, way outside, no good. Rebounded by Tiara Bolden for Eastern. Quickly up to Santana, right side. 4 minutes to play in double overtime. Santana with the basketball. On top to Dixon, and she's fouled by Lawson. And Cassidy will go to the line to shoot 2. The 4th on Jacinia Lawson.
Number 13, Jacinia Lawson. Number 4.
That'll put Cassidy Dixon at the line to shoot free throws. Taking a long walk outside the circle before she comes in to get the ball and shoot. Dixon with 12 points tonight for the Monsters. Her first free throw is good. Big confidence booster there for Cassidy Dixon. Gives the Monsters the lead 80-79 with 3:54 to play in double overtime. Region 1 Women's Championship game. Second one on the way, good as well. 2 for 2 for Cassidy Dixon. She's got 14, and the Monsters lead by 2 with 3:50 to play in double overtime. Jacinia Lawson with the basketball out on top now to Jones. Jones holds against Tiara Bolden way out top. She'll go left on the dribble, tries to cross her over, step back from 16, is in and out, no good. Rebounded by Bolden. Leaves it into the hands of Santana. Santana sprints it up against Lawson. On top to Dixon now. Dixon goes left on the dribble to Bolden. Bolden comes right. Now backs it back up. Left side to Dixon. Down low to Montoya in the lane. Montoya to work. No good. Nagawa with the rebound. Monsters by 2. 3:12 to play in double overtime. Into the front court. Lawson with it. Top of the key. 24 points for Jacinia Lawson tonight. She leads Cochise in scoring. On top to Bigovich. Down low Nagawu. Nagawu comes right, now back left, double teamed, off the glass, no good. Montoya with the rebound. Off to Dixon, who still looks like she's fresh. Sprints it into the front court to Miller. Miller wraps it back around to Dixon, and Eastern will work some clock. Out on top to Santana. Santana left side to Miller. Miller goes right on the drive, bumped, pulls up, steps through, off the glass, and good for Sky Miller. Monsters by 4, 2.5 to play. Jones into the front court against Bolden, off the glass and good for Deja Jones. 2:23 to play in double overtime. Eastern leading by 2, 83-81. Bolden with the basketball to Santana, into the front court right side to Dixon. Dixon drives, down low, gets it to Miller, left corner. Wants to shoot the three, but runs the clock instead. That's a sophomore move. Monsters by 2 with 2 minutes to play in double overtime. 9 to shoot. Santana goes left. Now back right. Gonna fire a long three off the iron, no good. Tatar with the rebound. Off to Lawson, who takes off left side into the front court. Out on top to Jones. 1:43 to play. Monsters by 2. Leaves it to Lawson against Dixon. Everybody on the floor is gassed. Near side to Jones against Bolden. On top to Bigovic. Left side to Lawson. Lawson poked away by Tiara Bolden. And out of bounds. Back into the Cochise lineup, number 14. Diana Bogan replacing Tatar. Cochise basketball front court right into Lawson. Lawson drives left side. Can't hit the shot. Rebounded. Picked back up by Nagawu. And in, but that should have been a shot clock violation. It never touched the rim. It is a shot clock violation, no basket. Take the 2 points off the board for Cochise. It will be a shot clock violation. Monster basketball with 1:16 to play in double overtime, leading by 2. Into Tiara Bolden, gets it across to Santana. Santana is trapped in the backcourt, gets it up to Bolden. Bolden holds, left side to Miller. Miller, jab step, goes left against Nagawu in the lane, steps through again, off the glass, no. Rebound out of bounds, off of Cochise. It'll be Eastern basketball with 58.5 seconds to play in double overtime. Sky Miller to inbound, baseline left to Dixon. Dixon spins on Bigovic in the lane, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Jones for Cochise. On the run, left to right, into the lane, jump stop, jumper off the glass, no good. Bolden with the rebound for Eastern. Pushes it up on her own against Nagawu to step through to the glass, and good for Tiara Bolden. 85-81 Monsters, 35 seconds to play. Lawson in the paint, jumper won't go, rebounded and a foul. And Eastern, leading by 4, will go to the line with the freshman, Victoria Santana. Jacinia, check that. The foul on 14, Bogan, will be her second. Timeout, Eastern. 30.1 seconds to play. Monsters by 4 in double overtime. We'll be back.
Hi, my name is Cameron Turner. This is my first season as the men's head basketball coach, but previously I've been coaching the women's program for the last 5 years. Describe my team in one word, it's tenacity. My team is hungry, it's humble, and it's thankful for the opportunity to be here at EAC. They have great energy every day, they're positive, and they're willing to fight for EAC. A small expression I have, my team is to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. That's a famous quote from a famous American distance runner, Steve Prefontaine. I just think about it, you got to do your best day in and day out. I want to see all of you there. Come out and see us play. Go Monsters!
With the sprint across the lane and the lefty floater off glass gives Monsters a 4-point lead with 30.1 seconds to play. And on the other end, Victoria Santana gets a rebound, and she's fouled. Santana to the line to shoot 2 for Eastern, leading by 4 with 30 seconds to play. Santana, the freshman from Santo Andre, Brazil. Good. She'll get one more. Coach DePaulo telling her team no fouls. The freshman readies, fires, yup, 87-81, Monsters. Jones brings it into the front court for Cochise. Into the lane, to the glass, no good. Rebounded by Montoya. She leaves it to Santana, and she's fouled by Lawson with 18 seconds to play. That'll be the 5th on Lawson.
Foul is against number 13, her 5th foul.
Jasenia Lawson will foul out of this one with 24 points for the Apaches.
Shooting 2, Victoria Santana.
Cochise will have to go to the bench. They'll bring in Tatiana Tatar to replace Lawson. And the freshman back to the line to shoot 2 for Eastern. 18 seconds to play. Free throw, good for Victoria Santana. And Sky Miller says, I'm not going to let you make one without a high five. Second free throw, good for Santana. That's going to ice it. The Monsters lead by 8 with 16 seconds to play. Jones throws it away. Picked up in the backcourt by Sky Miller to the glass and good. 91-81 Monsters. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Jones, jumper, good with 0.6 to play. Into Santana, and Eastern Arizona is your 2022-2023 Region 1 Women's Champions. Congratulations to Eastern Arizona College and head coach Angelica DePaulo. Final score, 91-83. Eastern Arizona College gets the auto bid to the national championship. Back to recap it right after this.
Hello, my name is Angelica DePaulo. I'm the head coach for women's basketball. This is my 3rd year here. I was 2 years assistant coach, and now this is going to be my 1st year as the head coach. You guys can expect to see a hard work group that will battle together for 40 minutes. If I were to describe my team in one word, that would be tough. I think we're tough. We've been working so hard every single day, 6 a.m., conditioning, weights, and we are tough together. I always tell my players to be grateful to be here, giving back, and never take anything for granted because tomorrow is not promised. I hope to see you all at the game. Go Monsters!
Welcome back inside KATO Gymnasium. Lee Patterson with you. Eastern wins at 91-83 in double overtime over Cochise College, and they'll get the automatic bid to the national tournament in Lubbock, Texas. Let's take a look at the numbers for Cochise College. Clara Gonzalez with 7 points, 4 points for Alina Contreras. Shayna Pashish, 8 points and 7 rebounds. 11 points for Maeva de la Fortuna Nagawu. 11 points and 7 rebounds. Jasenia Lawson had 24 points to lead all scorers tonight. 2 points for Diana Bogan. 17-6 for Deja Jones. 6 and 3 for Angela Bigovic. For EAC, Tiara Bolden had 18 points and 6 rebounds. 2 points for Addison Malone. 2 points for Alana Payway. 23 points for Sky Miller. to lead Eastern tonight. 5 points and 10 rebounds for Victoria Santana, 2 points for Elva Chavez, 14 points for Cassidy Dixon, 19 points and 11 rebounds for Shalance Montoya, a double-double, and 6 points for Gracie Sorensen tonight.
What a fight today.
Ooh, that'll do it for us here on a great broadcast season here on the EAC YouTube Athletics YouTube channel. Thanks to Chip Griffin, who's pushing all the buttons all season long. This will be our final broadcast of the year. You can catch EAC baseball and softball all rest of the spring here on this same channel. We thank you for joining us all season long. And congratulations to EAC. And the EAC wins it 91-83. Thanks for joining us all season long. Next stop, Lubbock, Texas for Eastern Arizona College. Good night.
Number 0, Samantha Madrid. Number 1, Tiara Bolden. Number 2, Addison Malone. Number 3, Mia Carter. Number 4, Alana Payway. Number 5, Sky Miller. Number 10, Victoria Santana. Number 12, Aubrey Pace. Number 14, Elva Chavez. Number 15, Ebba Zalamans. Number 20, Olivia Hunt. Number 21, Rihanna Richardson. Number 23, Cassidy Dixon. Number 25, Shalance Montoya. Number 44, Gracie Sorensen. And number 11, Ines Larson. Give another huge hand to your Eastern Arizona. Eastern Arizona Monster, Gila Monsters. Hey, we got the Region 1 Most Valuable Player Award. Goes to Sky. Kenny Smith, our interim AD. And Todd Haney, our president of our college, for handing out those awards. Give another huge hand, make some noise for your Gila Monsters, Region 1 champions.